Yeah, you know what I mean? Third time this week. I told you I ain't gonna say too much stuff. Um, I'm not reading the title.
There's a detail in SpongeBob that for
Whoa, that's way too loud, bro. And by the way, I'm only posting twice next week, bro. I be lazy as fuck, my nigga. Holy shit.
forever changed how I see the show. One
Okay,
of Mermaid
wait,
Man's running.
hold on,
There's
go
a
back.
detail in
Damn, this feel ghetto as fuck. Can you even hear?
SpongeBob that forever changed how I see the show. One of
Okay,
Mermaid Man's running gags in the earlier seasons was for him to panic and crowd the word
okay. First off, buddy, there's no fucking way that Patrick freaking Star is a villain of SpongeBob.
at the mere thought of evil. Except that's not exactly what it is. In Mermaid Man and Barnacle
Nigga,
Boy 2,
what? So you're basically saying that? Let me. I'm gonna just assume you're basically saying that um that that when Patrick is around Mermaid Man, that nigga just screams and shit and thinks that he's evil and shit. That's a big ass stretch though, don't you think, my nigga? He says that all the time. He says that randomly.
the heroes
Not
talk about
even when
villains with
Patrick's around.
SpongeBob, and even run into two villains they had a history with. If
Yeah?
anything would trigger Mermaid Man, it would be them. But Mermaid Man
Okay.
stays level headed throughout the episode. So, what is it that triggers Mermaid
Nigga, but then in the other episodes, he was literally like, how do I explain this? In the other episodes, he would say evil, evil. He would say evil over and over.
Man's panic
So explain that one, buddy Buckaroo.
attacks? It's the presence of one oddly specific character, Patrick Star. In the first Mermaid Man and Barnacle Boy
He, she, wumbo, wumboing.
episode, Mermaid Man gets triggered when SpongeBob and Patrick both visit them at the retirement
Yo, y'all don't know shit about no cartoons, nigga. I can name 10 cartoons right now. Like, okay, I'll name 10 right now, nigga. Invader Zim, SpongeBob, Regular Show, Avengers Time, Gumball. Uh, don't feel like naming the rest, but I'm a real nigga for no most.
home. Then SpongeBob goes by himself. And while Mermaid
Yeah,
Man is senile, he doesn't panic. At the end of the episode, SpongeBob and Patrick are together
nigga. Ain't no way you're just gonna use one episode as evidence. I'm gonna see at least three evidence, not just one,
again,
buddy.
and the heroes spend time with only SpongeBob in their second.
Nigga, but again, that doesn't necessarily qualify him to be a supervillain just because when he's around Patrick, he says evil. Nigga, when SpongeBob and Patrick went to the cave to watch over the Mermaid Man cave and shit, when they were gone, nigga, Mermaid Man didn't say evil when Patrick was there, so now what? I don't get it.
Episode, so we know SpongeBob isn't the trigger. But then in Mermaid Man and Barnacle Boy 3, the
Oh,
episode where SpongeBob and Patrick are house sitting for the superheroes,
okay,
Patrick jumps into the scene, and
yeah,
right on cue,
nigga, that's a stretch, nigga. What, nigga? That's a whole stretch, bro. So you're trying to sit here and say, okay, so let's just say I walked through the door. I walked in the cave. And this nigga starts evil. Does that mean I'm evil? No. Sometimes I feel that way. But that doesn't mean I am.
the show seems to go out of its way to show us that there's a connection between Mermaid Man's panic attacks and Patrick being in his proximity.
Nigga, what? Nigga. Mr. Krabs is there. Squidward there. Sandy Cheeks. Yeah, nah, they ain't. Nigga, everybody there, nigga. You can't just my leg fish, fish number two, other fish. Nigga, you can't just assume that it's Patrick is like the trigger for him saying evil. That don't make no damn sense. And
Which
if
isn't
anything, this video is all pointless because Patrick's not a villain.
oddly specific.
Nigga, isn't if anything, Sandy would be a secret villain more than Patrick. Think about it. Patrick, Sandy is smart as fuck. No, I'm about to give you a real theory right now. Look, look. Sandy is smart as fuck. She could really, she could really flip this whole shit around if she wanted to. But she chooses not to. Why? Wait, hold on. I'm about to double it. Nigga, she's not even from the ocean. She came to the ocean. Why? She could have stayed on land. Why come to the ocean? Mmm.
Detail in a show without much consistency. And yes, I could write this off as happenstance, But why are
Wumbo.
Patrick and Mermaid
Did you
Man the
try
only two
switching it to
characters who know how
Wumbo?
to set Mermaid Man's utility
Yeah,
belt to Wumbo?
Wumbo.
When it should be set to W for Wumbo.
Wumbo.
Did you set it to Wumbo?
SpongeBob was always set up
Okay, but like, what's your point? That's Wumbo. I don't get it.
as the bigger Mermaid Man fan. So this is something Patrick would have had to learn outside the fandom. The fact that he even has an idea of how Mermaid Man's utility belt works is a little suspicious. So I kept digging.
Nigga, what? Nigga, even if you set it to Wumbo on the belt, it doesn't do anything. It just turns the belt. It doesn't do anything though.
Pieces of the puzzle kept coming together, and I am now convinced that Patrick Star used to be.
Oh yeah, nah. On this episode, this nigga was going crazy. I remember this. This is the episode with the fucking the Valentine's Day shit, nigga. This nigga was a crackhead, my nigga. This nigga was acting like he ain't get crack in weeks or some shit, my nigga. Yo, that nigga don't play by Valentine's Day. I'm not gonna lie.
Supervillain, but not just any villain. The most dangerous foe that Mermaid Man and Barnacle Boy have ever faced.
The evil bubble. What the fuck is that ugly ass?
Let's start with the obvious question. Does Patrick even have superpowers to be a supervillain?
Right, yo, I actually forgot about this episode. Nigga, he learned karate in one day, and he was chopping niggas in half.
Yes. Ignoring general cartoon logic and zaniness, Patrick is shown
Honestly,
to have abilities that definitively prove he's a superpowered individual.
well,
The
that's cap.
sponge who could fly ends with Patrick flying away. No jetpacks,
Nigga, what? I mean, nigga, that's okay. Nigga, they underwater. They could just be swimming upwards. Are you forgetting that they're underwater?
no inflatable pants. He raises his hand and floats into the sky. And in the
Yeah.
world of SpongeBob,
Okay,
flight,
look, keyword floats. Nigga, they're underwater.
or swimming, is an ability that only superheroes and supervillains are shown to have. Even land creatures like Sandy can't fly/swim like this. So Patrick is a super, but his powers don't end
What? Oh, oh no way! I got you after this ad. Oh no way.
there. It's
You don't like the ads? You don't like the ads, huh, bitch? You don't like the ads, fuck nigga? That's what I want you to do. Listen, that's what I want you to do. I want you to go into the description and go to my GoFundMe so I can afford you to read. Bitch ass nigga. Stop complaining, ho.
easy to forget that one of his defining traits
You don't like the ads? Then I don't want to hear it.
is his strength.
Listen, you're big and strong.
I've hired some extra security.
Nigga, just because Patrick is strong and shit don't mean that he a fucking supervillain. Larry the fucking lobster is strong as shit. Is he working with the evil, the dirty bubble? No. Okay. Then. Why my headphones keep falling out?
We've seen Patrick outrun trains, slice whole buildings in half, and take down foes much larger
Whoa.
than himself in his sleep. Patrick does lose fights to other characters, but this seems to
Yeah, like Sandy because he's strong. I mean, because Sandy. Nigga, I'm tired as fuck. Nigga, it's 12 o'clock right now, bruh. I did this shit last minute. Like, I don't know why I be doing shit last minute. That's my problem, bruh.
happen because he's either
Nigga, I was supposed to record this shit yesterday night, and I didn't. I don't know
in a
why.
state of panic or doesn't care enough to fight back. Because with the right motivation,
Nigga,
we see
well, first off, who the fuck watches these episodes? And when did Sandy have kids? Because they're not mine.
Patrick's
Wait,
true
what?
abilities surface. In fact, Patrick's perceived laziness could be proof of how powerful he is. Muscles burn a lot of energy, even
Nigga, what? Whoa, oh. So what you're trying to say is that I have a lot of muscle mass because I'm like a lazy nigga sometimes. Yeah, nah, nah. So you're basically telling me that I'm basically the Hulk. I might as well just change my YouTube name to Hulk! Explanation point.
when the body's resting. This is why athletes have massive diets, even if they don't plan on working out that day. Likewise, Patrick frequently eats and sleeps because his body is always burning so much energy. I'm not exaggerating when I say that Patrick is consistently one of, if not
Nigga, I
the
mean,
strongest characters.
he's just fat as fuck. He's just obese. He's not buff. He's not ripped. He's literally just obese. He's an obese man, 600 pound like fuck.
in the world of SpongeBob.
And to be honest, he needs help.
This also makes him one of the most dangerous.
When the fuck did he like get buff and shit? What episode is it? What season is this? Nigga, I stopped watching SpongeBob after season like 5, bro. After season 5, this shit fell off. Like, and maybe 6. After
And if
6.
Mermaid Man's reactions are anything to go by, then there's reason to fear this friendly-looking starfish. But let's.
If I get one more ad before this video ends, I might actually You ever seen remember when Goku did that I'm gonna do those.
Back up for a moment, because we're
You
making
didn't say the move? Oh,
a lot of assumptions. Even
well, I
if
guess you
Patrick
didn't
has
see him.
powers, that doesn't make him an ex-villain. He could just as easily be an ex-superhero.
You know, I always wonder who the fuck am I talking to? Think about it. Who am I talking to?
Or, more likely, a regular guy who has powers but never uses them. Except
I mean, the only power that he has is like regeneration because he's a starfish, buddy. You cut off a starfish leg, that shit gonna grow back next week. No lizard. Yo, I want a lizard so badly. I just want a lizard. I want to hold it.
based on what we know about Patrick,
What the fuck
those
is that?
options don't sound as likely. Patrick is generally
Oh
a nice
yeah,
guy,
it's the
but he's
episode with
also someone who
You
abuses power whenever it's given to him. It's one of
This
his few
episode
traits
was
that's
hit
been
or miss for
consistent
me.
throughout the years. When SpongeBob pretends
I swear y'all can't hear me at all. I swear. Maybe it's not loud. Maybe I'm tripping. What if I blast it?
to be dumb so Patrick can look smart,
Nigga, I was watching Star vs. Force of Evil today. Oh, yo, y'all been seeing the Lucky and Destroy Lonely beef? I mean, I'm bringing it up now because I'm not reacting to that shit. I personally do not give a fuck because one, I mean, I listen to both, but I don't listen to either one of them a lot. But I mainly listen to Lucky, so I'm kind of on that nigga side. Yeah, nah, nigga. But that's besides the point. I'm just saying, like, y'all probably seen it though, bro. Whatever.
Patrick uses his position of superiority to bully
But I ain't reacting to that shit though. I genuinely do not give a fuck about their beef at all. They're beefing over nothing either. Isn't it about a bitch and
his
son?
best friend. Patrick becomes a cruel tyrant when people think he's the lost king of Bikini Bottom.
I sure do
He gains a
talk a lot.
superiority complex when he's granted intelligence with brain
Jeez, you think?
coral, and when he learns that he can cut anything with a single karate chop, he takes the opportunity to rob an ice cream shop and destroy the town for his own amusement. This is
Okay, but my thing is, if he was really a supervillain, he would have been killed everybody, my nigga. Think about it. And Patrick's not that smart. So, wait, unless he was smart enough to make it seem like he was dumb, which implies that he's actually smart as fuck. Damn. Sounds like
Patrick's
Patrick
pattern.
an
He goes
experienced
through this cycle
lawyer.
of gaining power, using it selfishly, almost losing his friends as a result, then having to give it up. And no matter how many
Wait,
times
what? That nigga don't even care. I need some water. I have some water next to me. Can I drink it? You're gonna hear me take a sip of this nice, cold, refreshing water that you can't have. Think about it. I'm about to drink water that you can't have. Now, be sad about it. Cry about it. Cry about it. Now look, listen, look. You hear the cat? Mmm, mmm. Ah, the water's so good it made me feel like underwater.
he goes through this, Patrick continues to make the same mistake, time and time again. Do I think a character like this would be responsible with his powers? Or at least not use them to bully people?
What?
I honestly
I
don't.
feel like
It makes
Patrick
the
isn't really a blue person though. I feel like he should have had like purple gloves just to match his fit.
most sense that Patrick would use all his gifts and powers to take whatever he wanted, especially a past version of himself that hasn't learned as much. And if this is how Patrick treats his
Past
friends,
version, nigga. I think you're in way too deep, bro. Like my nigga, like Patrick's not an evil villain, bro. Do a video on Plankton or something. Cause I'm telling you right now, this is a whole stretch, no Luffy, bro. Patrick's not a villain. He's retarded, he's a fat fuck, and he needs to hit the gym, yes. But that doesn't make him an evil villain, bro.
Imagine how much damage he could do to his enemies. But while thinking it over, this pattern brings up something interesting. It shows that narratively, Patrick is weirdly also the hero of this story. He's accused.
Nigga, what? So now you're gonna contradict yourself? Nigga, the title is called The Patrick Supervillain Theory. Nigga, it doesn't say, oh, the Patrick Supervillain slash hero. Nigga, it says supervillain. Make up your mind, Crody.
Aware of his selfish
Why did I just say Crody?
tendencies, so when he takes things too far, he stops himself the only way he knows how.
Oh, Benji, I don't know if you're ever gonna listen to this or hear this at all, but I fuck with you, my nigga, but my nigga. The new album that you dropped, that shit is tough as fuck. But here's what I want you to do, Buckaroo. Okay. I want you to go on SoundCloud, right? And you see the little go button on the side. I want you to cancel that. I want you to cancel that off the album, so then the real niggas of the community of SoundCloud could listen to it, because the album is tough as fuck. But I'm not about to listen to it on fucking YouTube, bro. I'm not. I'm just not.
By removing that power so he can't abuse it.
And also, I'm not paying for. I'm not paying for Apple Music, bro. I'm not. Okay, think about it like this. Why pay for Apple Music when I can listen to music for free? You're literally paying to listen to music. We'll never understand that for people. How? Why? I don't know. I never understood it.
Patrick might not be able to remove his innate powers, but he seems to be doing the next best thing, constantly making himself forget about them. I
I don't think he's constantly forgetting about them. I think he's just a retarded, stupid nigga.
want to bring up two spin-off
Why is
games,
it blurry?
Creature from the Krusty Krab and its PC version, Nighty Nightmare. Both games follow SpongeBob
My nigga, my nigga. We talk about the show, my nigga. We not talking about the video game PC shit. Oh, I'm on your ass, termite. I know you probably hearing this right now. Xbox or throwaway box, trash box, L box, shouldn't exist box. You physically do not need, in this universe that we're currently living in right now, in this timeline that we're in right now, you do not need an Xbox. I promise you, you don't need an Xbox. Listen, you get a P. You know, I already explained it to you. Look, the bottom line is throw away the Xbox, bro. You're wasting your money and time, bro. Just stop it.
Plankton and Patrick through their
Just stop.
dreams. SpongeBob and Plankton's are fairly simple. Our favorite yellow sponge gets his driver license, while Plankton becomes a
Dude,
kaiju-esque monster.
doomed. Is that nigga gets his license?
These are even dreams we see the characters have in the show.
That
But
nigga
Patrick's
ugly as
dream is
hell. Why
different,
does he look so
and dare I
bad?
say, gives us a deeper look into how his mind works. Patrick dreams he's a superhero who protects citizens from a supervillain. But the
Okay.
twist is that this villain, the one constantly terrorizing the town, is another version of himself, named the
Nigga, so what are you trying to say? That he has split personalities and shit, and this is all just in his head?
dreaded Patrick. Creature from the Krusty Krab doesn't do much with this villain, but Nighty Nightmare goes into
The
way more
fuck?
depth with this storyline. Super
Nigga,
Patrick
I never played this game in my life. What is that?
chases the dreaded Patrick to his secret lair, but when the hero gets there, he realizes only when it's too late that it's all been
Yo, niggas got fan art of Patrick. That's insane to me.
a trap.
What should I title this? I should title it Super Villain. No, I should title it Patrick's Super Villain Arc. Or I should title it Patrick Villain Story. No, wait. Something like that, though.
Super Patrick loses his powers and has to navigate a labyrinth of filth to fight his evil counterpart. If we're trying to understand
Or Patrick is secretly the villain. What? I don't know.
Patrick's
I'll
psyche
figure it
from
out,
these
though.
dreams, this could be his way of reconciling with his past. His first dream is him
Patrick
stopping henchmen who
Villain
are
Arc.
also versions of himself.
Patrick Villain Arc? That does sound kind of compy.
If Patrick used to be a villain, this could be him trying to mentally clean up all the terrible things he did to Bikini
By the way, this is week 2 of Rage not being here and I'm streaming. It saddens me pretty deeply that he's still on break, but I hope that we'll be here for his arrival and his return.
Bottom in its residence. But even when all the henchmen are gone, The town isn't truly safe until Super Patrick leaves to dreaded Patrick's evil lair.
Bro, what the fuck is this goofa ass shit, bro?
A lair that, at the end of the
I've
game,
never
is
played this
revealed
game
to be
in my
Super
life.
Patrick's
Can
own
we get back
house.
to the
If it
normal
wasn't clear
theory?
before
What are
that
we
these
getting
are
off
supposed
track
to be
here?
two halves of the same person, this
What is
detail of sharing
that?
a home should cement that idea.
I'm hungry as fuck, bro. Can one of y'all order me food, please?
And it's fascinating that this dream comes down to a battle between a hero without powers and a villain with powers. It shows us how Patrick views these two aspects of himself. And he
But nigga, like you're not talking. You was talking about the show you're on. You know what? You tend to contradict yourself a lot, buddy. What's your name? You're lucky I can't find your name. I'll find your
only
name later.
wins when his
Oh, I found you. Squirrel led. Um,
powerless self can triumph over the version of himself with
Interesting name there.
power. And Patrick
I mean, I shouldn't be talking my name Genzo. Fuck. I don't even
does
know
so
what that means. I think it actually means. I think it means illusion in Japanese. I don't know.
by making himself forget about the powers he has. Take this moment from Squidtastic Voyage as an example. Patrick comes up with the idea to get out of an
Bro, is it weird that this episode like made me feel like I'm not gonna say it. Never mind.
otherwise inescapable problem, then formulates exactly how the plan is going to play out. He has a moment where he's the smartest person in the room, smarter than Sandy, but just a few seconds later, all he has to say is,
What plan?
and
They go, okay, but what if he only did that because that's just how he is? Like he gets smart randomly because he's stupid. Okay, like retarded people, fuck. Like special ed people and shit, like they, it's in their names, in their job title. Um, they specialize in different outcomes of their needs. So certain personality traits of him will, blur it out more.
moments like this aren't rare. Patrick is constantly forgetting the things that he did or that people said to him just moments before. He suppresses a part of himself that's strong enough, smart enough, and
Think about banana head?
dangerous enough to destroy everything he cares
Oh,
about.
that's his
And Patrick is
grandpa.
aware enough
Never
that
mind.
having this power is too tempting for him. So he's constantly sacrificing his own mind, his own self, to protect his town,
I
to
forgot that nigga can grow
protect his
hair.
neighbors, and to protect his best friend in the deep blue sea. This theory explains so much of Patrick's seemingly random behaviors
Under the sea. There's no more cracking. There's no more smacking under the sea. Yo, I miss Little Mermaid, bro. That was such a good movie.
and abilities. The only real problem is that this theory implies that Patrick was Mermaid Man and Barnacle Boy's old foe. And Patrick isn't nearly that old. We're shown that he's much closer in age to SpongeBob. But again,
I mean, duh. Ain't they like in their 20s?
the show gives us a clear answer. Starfish can grow new versions of themselves from broken off body
Duh, I don't need to watch SpongeBob to fucking know that fact. I think that
parts.
shit was on Snapple Facts. It's not nothing
A
new.
real life biology fact that's also true in the SpongeBob universe.
Duh.
What's more is that these new versions have the powers of the original Starfish. Patrick gets rid of his karate chopping hand because he can't handle that kind of power, and the hand that he pulled off turns into a starfish that has his karate chopping ability.
Okay, I didn't know Starfish could do that. Could they actually do it?
What I think could have happened is that Merry Man and Barnacle Boy faced off against the real life dreaded Patrick. Except they missed a single piece of the dreaded Patrick, and that little piece grew into a new version of the villain, the starfish we know today. This new
Okay, wow. This thing just loves to stretch shit. Cause this thing is reaching.
version grew up alongside SpongeBob, maybe unaware of who he was until much later in life. This is why the now elderly heroes can't recognize Patrick, but his presence is still enough to trigger Mermaid Man. This is why Patrick has moments of genuine brilliance that are forgotten a moment later.
Nigga, that's just not how it works, bro. Like, nigga, just because he gets smart randomly doesn't mean that he's like, you know what I mean? If that makes sense.
It's why he possesses strength and power that he himself seems constantly unaware of. He knows the villain he could become if he allowed himself to use this power.
I know the villain I can become, but I will not use my abilities.
For doing
Like, come on now, let's be realistic. I came from a universe that starts with a Z, and I will not name it because they will try to catch me. Um, Yeah, I ain't gonna say too much, but whatever. Um, nigga, like, bro, like, I could really obliterate Earth if I really wanted to, like, but I won't. Like, yes, sometimes on Tuesdays I do it and blow up Earth and then rewind time and then repeat it over and over again. But that's not the point. The point is that I can obliterate all humankind if I really choose to, but I won't.
absolutely
So basically, me and Patrick the same for real, besides the retardness.
nothing longer than anyone else. Patrick, this trophy's for you!
And in a way, that sacrifice also makes Patrick one of Bikini Bottom's greatest heroes.
Hey, nigga, shut your bitch ass up because my nigga, your theory made 0 sense. Hold on, bitch ass nigga. Your theory made 0 sense. I'm not gonna lie. Talking about so Patrick the super nigga. His whole shit was Patrick was basically a shadow clone, and the original shadow clone is not is actually the hero, and then the fake shadow clone is actually the villain. So basically, you're basically just like like nigga, you basically ruined Patrick's name for no reason, and like I don't get it. He's obviously not a super villain. You know, whatever. I'm just yapping, bro. Anyways, I'll see y'all next week, and I'm out, nigga.